Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of One Big Thing. Today's one big thing is, let's wait some more. Waiting for the January 28th Planning Intentions Report to come from the government. There's lots of arguments either way as to whether farmers are going to plant more corn due to the fact that we're headed for an early planting season. Or if they're going to plant soybeans. Now, historically, the early season to plant means we're going to see more corn. But soybeans have a lower cash flow requirement, and they actually have a little bit of profit in them. Now, also, as we look and see what's going on in China, since they seem to set the entire agenda for grain markets, they're not buying anything. It's really quiet in the world of their purchasing. Now, both Brazil and Argentina soybeans are cheaper than U.S. Corn out of Brazil is running $5 to $10 a ton cheaper. Price isn't bothering them right now. They're not buying. Now, speaking of China, now this is great. They've started a food labeling standards program that really is focusing on GMO crops. Now, the whole idea is to increase trust with the government. Imagine that. Trusting an authoritarian dictatorship? Anyway, politics are moving to the forefront in the U.S. as we gear up for our November presidential election. It's a rematch, at least right now, unless somebody drops out, between Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump. Now, Mr. Biden is trailing in most polls. He's very unpopular with the citizens, and his popularity continues to plunge lower and lower, so he moves further and further left and more radical. And one of the interesting things that he's really committed to doing is eliminating fossil fuels. And in this, he's only managed to drive the U.S. to being the largest producer of crude oil, 12.9 million barrels of crude per day for 2023. And since December, that average is now running at 13.3 million barrels per day. The U.S. is the largest producer in the world and has the largest reserves. Now, and this is happening in spite of Biden blocking any new drilling on public lands. And that's where the really big deposits are. Interesting. So, markets are going to continue to trade sideways. They're going to look at whatever headline comes across. And we're just going to go nowhere fast. We'll test the upper limits and the lower limits until we truly get a better sense of U.S. plantings and South American yields. So, until next time, happy trading.